What is up, friends? Why am I doing this bad impression, and what does this guy have to do with Minecraft? We're gonna find out. Welcome back, friends, and a special welcome to all the new friends out there. I'm YoBGS, player of games, speedrunner of some, and as of this morning, that some now includes Google Snake. So I've been getting into a few more meme speedruns, and I put a poll on the discussion part of my channel asking you what video I should react to today, and by an overwhelming majority today, you wanted me to check this out. That's why I was doing my bad Keemstar impression. I wanted to let you know, you can always subscribe to be part of the good times. That's my group here on YouTube. Comment down below if there's a video you want me to react to. It'll end up in the poll on the community tab, and maybe it'll get voted in the coming days. Now with that, let's get right into the video. All right, so the first thing you need to know is I kind of hurt my cheeks doing that impression of Keemstar, but the second thing you need to know is that about all I know about this, the rise and fall of Minecraft Monday, is that it was a tournament that Keemstar hosted. Now, Zyphon has put together this awesome documentary type video. I've not seen it yet, but I knew about Drama Alert, but I think I got to the party a little bit late, so I kind of missed out on some of Keemstar's Minecraft Monday stuff. I know a lot of people have told me that Technoblade came from this tournament, so my speculation here is that Technoblade is going to bop all competition out of existence.
Minecraft Monday was one of the most influential weekly esports events of all time.
Dude, I love... Oh, poor Carson. I think that's Carson. But I love Zyphon's just presenting voice. Like, I'm always jealous of people who have way better voices than I do, and I would say Zyphon is up there.
Sparking widespread internet memes and causing channels to reach 1 million subscribers. Hosted by Keemstar, host of the internet news show, Drama Alert. The event brought together some of the biggest internet personalities.
It's weird, right? Because you wouldn't think that Keemstar would be that into Minecraft, but I guess he was. I mean, maybe like he saw dollar signs in it, but still, you figure he'd be more like a League guy, or like a Dota guy, like a COD guy. But to hear that he was influential in the world of Minecraft, I knew that going in, and I still can't wrap my head around it.
To compete for cash money, Mr. Beast, James Charles, PewDiePie, Ninja, Grande, DanTDM, Captain Sparkles, you name it. The event sparked a lot of drama in
Really?
but also brought a lot of people together. After 14 weeks worth of competition, the event has pretty much come to an end. It would be a crime to forget about this.
Wait, it was only 14 weeks? That's like 4 months. That's not even... I thought this was like some sort of multi-year thing. How much drama could possibly come out of 4 weeks of competition? Let's see here. I recognize Techno there. I recognize Halo. I'm guessing the blue thing is DanTDM, and then I don't know the other folks in the photo. Hey, that guy's got hair like mine.
Impact. So today,
just not green.
I will be talking about the history of Minecraft Monday.
Oh, dude, Zyphon is the most penguin. If you know Zyphon, you are ultra penguin. Also submitting it as a school project. Nice.
"2019 has been a pretty interesting year, to say the least. It began in sort of a weird state. Big memes.
Dude, you thought 2019 was an interesting year? I have got news for you. 2020 is a little bit spicy as well.
Big Chungus and Mafia City. The most popular game was Fortnite. Most of all, the internet's attention was fixated on the most influential internet war to date. PewDiePie versus T-Series.
I remember
that.
If you
never heard of it, you have...
Subscribe, well, yeah, I remember the race to like 100 million and all of the drama that ensued there.
Had to be living under a rock. This was a widespread internet campaign to make sure that the most subscribed YouTuber wasn't overtaken in subscribers by the Indian music label company T-Series.
What's crazy about that now is, isn't PewDiePie at like 130 million? Like, PewDiePie has some absolutely ridiculous number of subscribers, and it's funny because going from 70 to 100 was the biggest thing ever, but then going from like 100 to 110 or whatever he has is not been seen as big of an accomplishment. I guess we have to wait around for them to push 200 million before we figure that out, right?
All YouTube data analysts were expecting T-Series to overtake PewDiePie in late October 2018. But then something unexpected happened. Mr. Beast uploaded a video on October 26th, 2018, where he bought ads in his hometown. All these ads.
But what does this have to do?
Although these average
Pew News subscribe. What does this have to do with Minecraft Monday?
Much of an impact on the people who encountered them in real life. They served a greater purpose, for Mr. Beast to invigorate fans to subscribe to PewDiePie like crazy.
Wow.
This trend caught on and inspired a lot of the biggest content creators of the time to get their fans to go out there and support PewDiePie. Content
that is a
Markiplier.
You know, I guess I didn't really know much about this drama. I've told you guys before, I sort of fell into like most extreme elimination challenge. I had like the 4 or 5 things that I was a big fan of, and I just sort of stayed a fan of those. So like, it's weird to me to see all of this other stuff that I just sort of didn't know a lot about at the time.
Logan Paul, and so many more. However, no trend can last forever. Each trend on the internet must at some point come to an end. By February, it was becoming increasingly clear that the end was near.
Dude, but it looked like, oh, what is that? Is that PewDiePie T-Series and gaming? Oh, I see where it is. They're swapping the lead back and forth.
Of children's games, Fortnite, Roblox, then Minecraft. This helped PewDiePie stay afloat for a short amount of time in the race.
Fortnite, okay. Well, but then technically, wasn't it a race like not even necessarily of, wasn't it a race not even necessarily of PewDiePie against T-Series and all of the meta that was associated with that? But wouldn't you also say it was a little bit of a competition between the world of gaming and the world of music? I don't know, just because you hear about the things that PewDiePie is doing to stay up on everything, and it's all related to gaming, whereas I'm pretty sure, wasn't T-Series is like all music, right? At least I think it is. I don't know. Last time I mentioned a giant channel on here, you guys pointed out that I was a little bit misguided. That was the whole Badabon thing, so I might be a little bit off with T-Series.
Short run, PewDiePie's livestream was simply another livestream. It only put a dent in Minecraft's popularity. But this event was also the first wave of one of 2019's biggest phenomena, Minecraft nostalgia.
That is a
People
mountain
who
right
haven't
there.
cared about Minecraft.
How do we feel about Minecraft nostalgia? Are y'all still nostalgic for Minecraft, or is it because there's a new wave of big YouTubers? Like, those are the people that we're super excited about. Because it seems like, Dream, you know, if this were like a Godzilla movie, right? Dream was sort of lurking in the shadows underneath like the Pacific Ocean, and then this happened, and it opened up the fault line, and then Dream was just like, yeah, my turn.
In years.
Which is unrelated to Minecraft Monday, I know, but it's funny that right place, right time kind of vibe.
Suddenly reintroduced to the game, even if for the short amount of time PewDiePie live-streamed. This first wave was very minuscule compared to what was to come. In April of 2019, the Great Subscriber War was finally called off. There were many reasons for this, one of the largest being Felix's unwanted association with the March New Zealand shooting. The internet's obsession with the war came to an end. While all this was going on, Minecraft was made.
Dude, does anybody know, did Zyphon get like an A++ for this? Because I feel like already he's put more research into this in 3.5 minutes than I put into everything I did in grad school to get a media degree. So I'm just pointing that out there.
Making a comeback in the background, and one man seemed to take note. Keemstar announced the creation of a weekly Fortnite tournament on March 7th. 2018.
Funny how when you see a tweet from Keemstar, you immediately want to read it like in Keemstar's voice. Just got out of a conference call with UMG Events. They are in the works of setting up a massive Fortnite tournament. So hyped. That's the best Keemstar I've got. But I'm guessing UMG is Universal Media Group, which would be huge. Again, I don't know how this wasn't on my radar, but that is kind of awesome.
This was a massive event in collaboration with UMG Studio, where big YouTubers and streamers.
Oh no, it looks like UMG is just UMG Gaming, which is completely different. But you can't blame me for thinking it was Universal Media Group. I mean, everyone's seen that UMG before.
Would come together and compete for a cash prize. On May 6th, Keem made a Twitter announcement about when
Friday Fortnite, producing a video explaining everything for the tournament. That's kind of exciting.
Became a staple event not only in the Fortnite community, but also around the entire internet. As the event went into full swing, Keemstar dropped a joke about a fake event on July 12th, 2018. What was this fake joke event called?
P.S. Minecraft Monday was a joke.
Minecraft Monday. In the tweet's comments,
Petition to make Minecraft Mondays a real thing. Dude, you didn't realize.
Keemstar took notice and made an announcement that if his tweet reached 5...
Look at that. At the time this video was made, that had 8.8k retweets. That had 12k likes. Dude, Minecraft Monday, you don't underestimate Minecraft, man.
1,000 retweets. Minecraft Monday would turn into an actual event. In the course of 3 hours, the tweet reached over 6,000 retweets.
Yep.
However, it doesn't appear that anything actually came of this, and Minecraft Monday remained to live on as a fake event made up as a joke.
Which is sort of not surprising, I feel.
Telling him to actually make Minecraft Monday a real thing, until he actually responded. In a tweet on April 3rd of this year, Keemstar said, "I don't know why you keep asking me to do Minecraft Mondays, but I know this. If I did a Hunger Games tournament, it would bang."
Dude, and I almost can't fault Keemstar for not jumping into this right away. Like, I've learned this as I'm starting to get the fundamentals together to have my own, like, SMP server. And by that, I mean I've got people that are, like, being really nice and helping me out with it. It's a lot of work. There is a lot of work involved in organizing something of this magnitude. And when you have Keemstar's following, the pressure to deliver on something like that would be gigantic. So I almost feel like once he got the retweets and like Zyphon said, nothing came of it. Keem was probably kicking around like the logistics and different things of how it would work, because building that out, right, would not be an easy task. So for once in my life, I'm giving Keem the benefit of the doubt and saying he was working on it, but it was all kind of behind the scenes.
Not much came of this, but it did attract the attention of some YouTubers. Eventually, on June 11th, Keemstar posted a tweet to get an idea of how many people actually wanted Minecraft Monday to be a thing. This tweet got massively popular, accumulating over 23,000 retweets. Just one day later, Keem announced that Minecraft Monday was finally going to be a real event.
I'm wondering, because we know that Minecraft Monday obviously is going to come to pass, have people tried to resurrect it? That seems like something someone would do. They'd be like, well, Minecraft Monday was a thing. Why don't we just make Minecraft Monday again? But I would gather that for one reason or another, it just hasn't seemed to work out. But that's what I'm interested in. I know I keep pausing. It's a long video, but I'm about it.
Keemstar was now on the hunt for who to invite to his Minecraft Hunger Games tournament. He reached out to numerous large YouTubers that he had contact with, even attempted to hunt for YouTubers who were popular around 5 years ago. All the while, some decently sized YouTubers
put me in, coach. I got block dreams.
Hoping to get
Skeppy, there we go.
The first ever Minecraft Monday was set to begin on June 24th, just 13 days after it was declared a real event. Keemstar kept on hunting for participants, needing 10 more players 4 days before. Due to interest,
only you must have clout. Dude, you're supposed to be giving people the clout. Wait a minute. So if you have to have clout to get in, and again, I'm not saying this to be like deprecating, how did Techno get in? If this was the thing that made Techno, which a lot of people have told me that this made Techno, how did Techno get in? Did he have like a couple of the other people vouch for him? That'd be my guess.
Decided
anyway.
to expand the number of participants. Keemstar ran into some issues finding a sponsor. A Minecraft server scammed him, but then G Fuel stepped in and sponsored $10,000.
Nice.
This meant that the people on the winning team had the ability to win $5,000 each, a large sum of money for playing Minecraft. The at the time roster was released on June 22nd. Later that day, Keemstar made a big announcement that Ninja
is playing. Who should you team him with? Technoblade.
With Mr. Beast. An hour before the event,
okay,
the full roster was released to the public.
Wait, Pay Money Wubby was in Minecraft Monday? Oh, that's awesome. I love that that's the first name I saw, I know. Call Me Carson and Jace Shalat, that seems like an interesting pairing. Vicstar and Pizza Hut would probably be pretty good. You got Optic and Pro Syndicate, Danny and Skeppy. So was Techno... Oh, Techno the Pig. It was his name at the time.
The event was being hyped. Millions of people were eager to watch, and many large YouTubers and streamers were all ready to play. Nothing could spoil the moment, right?
Except?
Wrong. Not only was the start delayed, but the first round broke.
There's two people, Sky and Atol's on the left.
Here, get off to the right.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
Ah! Whoa! Whoa! Praise the Lord! Oh, God bless. Woo! It's okay. It didn't count.
Wow,
The
okay.
issue was resolved, but it also
Carson
showed
was
that
feeling the
Keemstar's
pressure
event
there.
was far from perfect. Still, everyone was into the idea of an event where Sky Does Minecraft could go head-to-head against Mr. Beast while running away from Skeppy. The first week was a success.
Oh, the
Not
blue thing
everything
is Skeppy. Well, I was wrong in the intro. Shout out to everybody who commented that was actually Skeppy.
perfect, with Ninja even leaving midway. But there wasn't any major complaints or drama. As a matter of fact, if anything, this event brought attention to a certain pig Minecraft YouTuber. Throughout the first week, people in the streamer's stream chats were warning the participants about Technoblade. At first, the players didn't really seem to take this too seriously.
Yo, chat, who should we watch out for? Like, who do you guys know
Yeah,
has
let us
a
know.
large knowledge of Hunger Games? I
I think
feel like
Syndicate's pretty
a
intimidating.
lot of people are saying Skeppy and Technoblade.
Watch
you
out
really-
for
what
No,
those
literally everybody's saying Technoblade.
Yeah,
gonna give you a shout out.
Technoblade. They're gonna or Vic. I'm scared of Vic.
Yeah. No, this is our plan.
To be fair, Technoblade wasn't the largest YouTuber by any means. He had around 600,000 subscribers.
Oh, but how can you? Come on now. Everybody's always like, these events made Techno. He had 600K subs before then. He's not a nobody.
Far from the numbers others had, so
Although you see that nice little banana action happening there on his followers. I wonder what was the instigator of that, my
Keemstar
friends.
in Sky Does Minecraft. Technoblade was very well known within the PvP and Hypixel communities, but didn't have much name recognition beyond that. PvP, for those unfamiliar, player versus player, or, players fighting against each other, and Hypixel being the largest server on Minecraft. By
Thank
dominating
you.
the
I
first
probably
week,
wouldn't have
the
known
viewers
that. You
of
saved me
all
from
the
making a
other
dumb
streamers
statement.
were suddenly interested in Technoblade. Searches for Technoblade spiked. While in the first week, Technoblade had a viewership of a few 10,000 at any given moment, his viewership spiked to over 60,000 in the subsequent weeks. Minecraft
Jeez.
Monday was the perfect storm for Technoblade getting the spotlight. Not only that, but this week also produced a meme that quickly spread across the internet. Call Me Carson from SMP Live went to open a chest, but it ended up being a trap.
Just go that way. Just go that way. Oh. Carson, are you okay? No.
Oh no.
No.
Okay.
No, you're joking.
Oh, jump. Try and get around it. Do anything.
Call Me Carson's reaction spread around the internet, with the addition of Joe from Family Guy added into the background. In the end,
Why? Why? Okay, so I've seen this meme, obviously, but why did Joe get added? I always assumed, I don't know what I assumed it was, but it's just such a bizarre combination.
the winning team was Technoblade and Shotgun Raids.
Shocker.
At this point, Keemstar announced that an official public server was going to be made. The server was released on July 1st. One of the major complaints about the event was the team balancing. Was it really fair that some teams had 2 people with a lot of experience, while others had people who had just downloaded the game? Keemstar decided to split the top 5 placing teams from week 1. These people now had to find new teams.
I like this random building that's going on. I don't know what it is about it, but it just seems oddly satisfying. It seems like somebody trying to train in block placement. It kind of reminds me of those things that Fortnite players will do, where you'd see them practice and they're just blah, 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 and they're shaking all around trying to get their build speed up. So I don't know. There's something zen about it. I think maybe because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of rhyme or reason to it. Although if there is rhyme or reason to it, boy, is my face gonna be red.
Technoblade chose his friend Tapple to play. However, Keemstar kicked out Tapple.
Oh,
for being
Tapple. I thought it was Tap
a
L.
Minecraft player and gave Techno an hour to find a new teammate. Techno then chose iBallistic Squid, which was a bit of a controversial choice. After all, Squid, while not a full-on Minecraft channel by that point, had a lot of Minecraft experience. Still,
Yeah, he won Minecraft tournaments and stuff. But does that really surprise anybody? I would love to see the spreadsheets and the research that Techno put into recruiting his partner for this event. I feel like there was a lot of research that went into it.
was allowed. The even bigger controversy came from Pizza Hut, another one of the players, who had to find a new teammate. Week 1 was Minecraft Monday's honeymoon period, where everyone was excited that a bunch of big YouTubers were competing against each other. However, everyone also
Oh, You know what? This is like super timely, like all this drama, because wasn't there recently drama in the Fall Guys community, I think? Weren't there a couple streamers that got in like pretty big trouble because they were encouraging people to like stream snipe and stuff like during a tournament? I may be getting some of the details wrong on that, but that seems, I remember seeing that like floating around on Twitter, and yeah, so this is kind of a little crossover. Maybe Fall Guys Friday. Nah, I don't know that anyone's doing that.
The fact that the host was Keemstar, a figure who got a lot of backlash in the past for things that he did and said. Pizza Hut did not want to be in an event associated with him. He also decided to post a video describing his thoughts.
I will not be participating in any future Minecraft Monday tournaments, and I've also deleted my POV of my Minecraft Monday tournament, both from YouTube and Twitch. The mistake that I'm referring to is something that I broke, what I call responsibility on YouTube as a social media influencer. I've always said at the beginning that I will only take up deals from people whom I trust. I have to have some sort of mutual trust and respect for the person, as well as know that their intentions are in the best interest of my viewers. And that is something that I do not believe the organizer of Minecraft Monday, Keemstar, is.
Wow. First of all, would not have expected Pizza Hut to be a sneakerhead, although it appears that Pete is. I'm digging the stream deck there. That's a really clean setup. And again, Pete is in the Zyphon camp of people that have way better voices than me that I think are really, really cool.
I believe that Keemstar has good intentions for his audience or for mine. I do not believe that Keemstar is a good role model or influencer on any social media platform he's a part of. And I frankly do not believe in barely anything that he does. Our views are entirely contradictory. Keem has done a lot in the past, and it was my fault for participating in a tournament without realizing who I was promoting. I believe I was in some sort of romance period, some sort of butterfly phase where everything just seemed like peaches and rainbows. I was invited to this wonderful deal that it seemed like this epitome of my career, but that doesn't excuse my actions or deter my responsibility.
Wow, this is a very intense statement here.
Needless to
shout out, by the way, to Zyphon. Again, as someone with like a journalism degree, awesome thing on Zyphon's part to include a giant chunk of Pete's statement, so that there's no way that it can be really accused of being like out of context in any way, because he included, I don't know how long the original video was, but that is some really good stuff right there.
Keemstar was not happy. Both of them got into a back and forth argument on Twitter, where Keemstar insisted that Pete was kicked out for not finding a teammate and was angry about that. This drama did not really persist for that long, but it also served as a reminder that the host is not the most well-liked figure. On a more positive note, the big news of the week was a certain team of big YouTubers, PewDiePie with James Charles. Everyone went after them, hoping to use them as clickbait for views. James Charles would continue to play in the event every week, while PewDiePie never played in it again.
That's kind of a bummer. I mean, I guess I get it, but like, I don't know. Because I'm trying to think of what the clickbait would be, and it would be like, I beat PewDiePie or something like that. But even if your team just outlasted PewDiePie's team, like that could be your clickbait. I don't know. And Techno wins again. Yes, it is.
Ballistic
Yes, it is.
Again, people were very upset that they were.
Please either get rid of Technoblade or team him up with someone who has no clue how to play the game. It makes the game a bit boring, especially when he's tryharding.
Were allowed to team together. So from then on out, Technoblade's teammates were always heavily vetted to make sure that they don't even know how to jump in Minecraft. Okay, that's hyperbole, but you get the point. To balance teams.
All right, I want a team of Technoblade and Danny Sexbang. Let's make it happen. Minecraft Monday.
Technoblade was paired with Chris from Mr. Beast in the following week. Moving on. Remember how I talked about the public server earlier? Well, guess what? Keemstar announced that there would soon be ranks. People who buy these ranks on the server would have an opportunity to join the event as fans. This announcement wasn't immediately a big deal, but it would have an impact on the tournament. Week 3 saw perhaps the biggest change in Minecraft Monday history. Now, there would be multiple different minigames. There were viewers who were upset that by having 10 rounds of the Hunger Game, people who were good at PvP like Technoblade and Victories would always dominate the entire event. Now,
so is this the runner to the Minecraft Championships, or the forerunner rather, to the Minecraft Championships? Because this is starting to take shape into something that seems like it could be, like I said, coming before the Minecraft Championships. Although, Now, like I said, it very much just feels like Legends of the Hidden Temple, right? Where you got teams of two and they're doing different obstacles and then you eventually try and do the thing. The only thing missing is a grand obstacle course at the end that determines how much you win in prizes, which honestly, I'm surprised Keemstar didn't think of. You know, a graduated prize system for whoever wins seems like that would keep people's attention a little bit longer.
There
I'm
were
just saying.
games such as Bingo and Find the Button. This did not stop Technoblade from dominating the event, but having Chris, a non-Minecraft player, as a teammate. That meant that he would have difficulty carrying his team into first place. In the end, the winners were CS Hoop and Super Travs. Week 4 is
Halo
perhaps
was
best
in,
described by
or
the
Bad
big
was in what,
controversy
second,
of the
third?
week. Minecraft Monday has been making a bit of an effort to balance teams, but they never really looked that much into the players, made apparent by Tapple being kicked out only an hour before week 2. It was then that Vicstar hatched an idea. You see, one big Minecraft YouTuber who hasn't played in the event up to this point was Preston Plays. While Preston used to focus on just Minecraft videos, in recent times,
I was gonna say, I recognize Preston's name. I'm like, isn't Preston a Minecrafter? Oh, the strategery, my friends, the backroom dealings, you might suggest, of what's going on here. This is pretty.
Into Roblox, Fortnite,
Wow.
and real life videos. Within the Minecraft community, Preston has a reputation of being good at the game, but people outside it don't really know that. At least, until watching this video. Vicstar told the people in charge to add Preston as his teammate, calling him Rusty, insisting that Preston used to be good at the game, but not anymore. This got all the serious contestants upset. Not furious, because it's just a game. Unsurprisingly, Vicstar and Preston won.
Yeah, no
As you'd
joke.
expect, Vicstar and Preston were
By a lot. Bad? Wait a minute. I thought that the teams were vetted, but Bad and Skeppy were allowed to be a team? So Bad and Skeppy get to be a team, and then you put Technoblade with James Charles. And not only that, but they almost come in second anyway.
Split the
I'm just saying. They beat Ant and Captain Sparkles. Dude, I'm about it.
In week 5, there was a new kid on the block. You see, as I
Vibin'.
mentioned earlier, people who bought ranks from the Minecraft Monday server had a chance to compete in the real thing. This week, the team of randoms, as they come to be known, consisted of Player and Firebreath Man. Firebreath Man caught everyone by storm, with people referring to him as the new Technoblade. He was the dominant player without a doubt. Of all the random
This is such an example of how slow time goes. This is 5 weeks old, my friend. Wait a minute. Okay, so when it's week 5, does this mean it was 5 consecutive weeks, or was this like once a month? I guess that's the one thing that I'm missing out on here, because if this was a month and a week and people are already like, Technoblade is old hat, we've got new Technoblade. It's like, no, it's been a month. Just gotta let it simmer for a little bit. You gotta let the cookies bake, otherwise they're just like warm cookie dough. Although that is pretty good too.
players who've ever participated, he's by far the most remembered. While Firebreath Man was dominating, there was a certain team that finally was in a good position to win. Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo.
Of course.
For the past few weeks, they've been trailing first place. Now it was their time to shine. Just as long as they could outplay the
I like that.
After a hard-fought week, the winners ended up being Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo. As usual for this tournament, the week did not come without controversy. You see, Technoblade's teammate was Call Me Carson. Call Me
Okay.
Carson was trying to make a joke that he would team kill Technoblade for the greater good of all the other competitors. But the joke was not that well executed, and people actually believed him. He also tried a joke where he would only speak to Technoblade through a soundboard. But a lot of Technoblade's fans also do not like that joke.
Don't give them any reason.
Technoblade.
Hello, are you ready to win TNT Run?
Yes.
I'm ready to win video games.
Okay.
They changed.
Man, that's kind of a bummer. Like, I don't know. That just hits a weird spot in my brain, like where, you know, somebody's, I don't know, Technoblade's just playing Minecraft, right? Like, Technoblade's doing what he does. He's having fun. And because he's so good at the game, Carson is, like, trolling him by only using a soundboard. And, again, this comes because I guess I have future knowledge. You've told me before that, like, Techno has trouble kind of communicating in teams. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what's been explained to me about Techno and, like, the MCC and stuff. So to take somebody who is trying to communicate with you and putting forth an effort, and to just kind of slap that away, man, that, And again, this isn't because it's Technoblade. This is just because I hate that feeling. Like, I've had that happen to me before, you know? So, I don't know. I know Carson seems to be cool now, but I'm just like, is what it is.
We changed TNT run a bit in week 4. I don't know how, but the blocks disappear a bit earlier. So just hold down spacebar the entire time. Just never let go.
Okay.
Never let go.
Sure.
I'm glad we could come to an understanding.
Yes.
Is this a sound word?
No.
I mean, it is kind of funny, but
No.
like...
Hey, Technoblade.
Oh god, the soundboard's been set up. No.
These are all cookie-cutter responses to avoid you from calling me cringe.
Excellent. This
Would
is actually how I
Technoblade call
record my
somebody
Skyward
cringe?
videos. I just have like 8 memes that I can't think of new jokes, so I just repeat them. It's all soundboard, chat. It's all soundboard.
Sure. Sounds good. Sure.
Carson, this is really awkward. All my viewers are gonna leave. Please.
Nah, one round later.
These are all cookie-cutter responses to avoid
Carson, you need to
calling me
the
cringe.
content, please. Please.
Sounds good.
I'm just gonna deafen. I can't. I'll undeafen after TNT run. I can't do this. Welcome, guys, to another solo commentary. I don't know what's
Man, he's just trying to play.
Technoblade
Like, I
continued
don't
to play
know.
the tournament in the
I don't
solo
know. Techno
commentary.
doesn't strike me as
Carson
somebody
hovered
who
around-
deserves to be trolled by his own teammate, right? Like, this is supposed to be something where everybody has an equal chance to do something amazing. And I don't know. I made my point, but I'm just sort of like, why would you do that, man? Why don't you just have fun? And I guess that's like my overarching thing for this, for the championships, like for everything, is like, just have fun, man. You're getting a chance that 99.999% of other content creators are never going to have. And you throw a soundboard in it, Technoblade. Couldn't you, like, you could do
Other
better.
players
I don't know.
and got a
I
lot
don't
of
know. Maybe I'm
backlash
just being
from the
salty
viewers
right
of
now.
Another streamer in the tournament, XQC. Carson got a lot of hate, and eventually decided to leave midway through the tournament. After chatting afterwards, Technoblade said that Carson didn't really seem to care. Still, it was a huge conversation amongst Minecraft Monday fans.
Fair.
In other news for the week, Technoblade won all 3 rounds of TNT Run, starting a win streak that a lot of people would pay attention to. A lot of non-Technoblade fans were upset that Technoblade was too good at all the minigames, so Keemstar decided to add Build Battle in the following week. Build Battle isn't necessarily the most competitive game, but Technoblade told Keem that he wasn't good at building, so yeah, that's how they decided to balance everything. Week 6 saw the one-off appearance of another notable YouTube creator, Jaden Animations.
So, really quickly, like, I hate to say it, but if Technoblade is causing so much havoc in this competition that you are literally making rules so that Technoblade can't play, why not make Technoblade the official voice, right? Like, put them in the commentary booth, you know, give them a way to do something that sort of is related to the tournament but not participating in the tournament. Make like a Hall of Fame. Put Technoblade in the Hall of Fame. Like, there's ways around it that aren't just, we're going to be as rude to you as humanly possible.
Who was teamed with iHas Cupquake. Other than that, the week was relatively uneventful. Technoblade continued his TNT Run win streak, expanding it to 6 wins in a row. Not only that, but Technoblade won again, teamed with Jay Schlatt from SMP
They let them team together?
Live. While week 6 was the most uncontroversial week of Minecraft Monday in a while, week 7 blew all the other controversies out of the water.
Of course.
Build Battle was
So much
broken,
drama.
which meant that most teams couldn't build. Keemstar declared for Build Battle points to be removed, but they weren't. TNT Run was changed to have decaying blocks in order to prevent Technoblade from winning. However, this also ruined everyone else's experience in the process. Skeppy died in a Hunger Games battle because a healing soup was broken. A lot of players were experiencing lag. The rapidly growing YouTuber, Dream, made a video suggesting that a lot of the issues were made possible because of a hacker destroying everything on the public server, causing the people in charge for the week to be too distracted to fix the problems in the actual
I like
event.
that.
Keep in mind that this is when the main developer, Lake B, was on vacation. I could go on describing every little detail of what went wrong, but in the end, no one knew who the legitimate winners were. In the official leaderboard, Skeppy and Bad Boy Halo won. If Keemstar's announcement that Build Battle points would be removed was actually put into effect, Technoblade and Junkie Janker would have won. It was a huge mess, so in the end, the prize money just ended up going to charity. In week 8, there were some strong teams such as
I mean, I guess that's the point. Like, I guess that's why people wouldn't want Techno to play, because it's a legitimate amount of money, but at that point you just pay, like I said, you got to pay him to be on like the commentary team or something. You got to figure out an alternate solution. I don't know. It's like when people call things cringe. I'm like, that's such an easy answer, right? And the better answer, I think, is to think of the second answer, right? And just, it's already coming off the rails here, friends.
Captain Sparkles Invasion Canadian, Technoblade and Dan TDM, and the random team, MC Morgan Plays, and Needle XD. In the end, the winners for the first ever time were the random. This got them into a lot of controversy. You see, for the first few rounds, they played using the Badline client. While none of the contestants were upset or even had any objections to this, a lot of the viewers went ballistic and sent them hate. Thing is, other players have used a Badline client in the past, and they were declared the legitimate winners, but that didn't stop them from being bombarded. Still, they won. Week 9 ran relatively smoothly. One new game mode added in this week was Skyward.
It's so nice
which
when
was
a
not super
week
well
actually goes smoothly, but I don't see why it would be falling apart right now. This seems to me like an event that's still sort of getting its sea legs. It's, 2 months in at this point? There's a lot of people involved with it. A lot of these people have other jobs, I would assume, other than just specifically setting this up. So I get that there's a lot on the line, but like, I don't know. It seems like it could still be okay. I'm just waiting for the thing that completely implodes everything.
Due to it having a big map. Still, this was an intense competition. We also got to see the first person to participate to have previously made a video about the event, Dream. In the end, the victory was taken by Skeppy, teamed with Vicstar, making it their third and second wins respectively. Week 10 fixed the Skywars map, which notice.
See, now why is nobody talking about nerfing Skeppy at this point? Skeppy's got 3 championships. I mean, maybe they were, and I just don't know, because it sounds like at this point everybody was throwing mud at everybody, but I don't know.
Assembled a map on the Hypixel server network. Ilza and Technoblade dominated, not only winning all 3 rounds of Skywars, but also winning the entire event. By now, Minecraft Monday had gained a reputation as the must-join event for any Minecraft YouTuber. However, viewership quotas were not being met. Keemstar had made a rule that all participants must either A. have at least 2,000 concurrent viewers per stream, or B. team with somebody who gets a ton of concurrent viewers, such as 10,000. Thing is, these rules were not being enforced. Just like with Tapple, Keemstar made some adjustments hours before the event began, kicking people out, including X Nestoria, Time Dio, and A6D. Some people had no idea if they were being allowed to participate, such as Bad Boy Halo. A6D found out that Keem didn't want him in anything else hosted by him, so A6D rebelled and played in the event anyway. Keemstar acted like he never kicked out A6D, which got A6D upset.
This is so... If you want to be the face of the event, if you want to be the promoter for the event, if you want to be the, you want to be the one who's going to take all the credit for all the viewers that this is bringing in, I hate to say this because it seems like the obvious, but you got to be the one that's doing the research here. They're saying that there were these requirements in place that were never met. You got to have someone doing that. You got to be consistent. It still stinks. I would hate to be a streamer with 1,000 concurrent viewers and get kicked out because I'm not with somebody with 10,000. That's like a huge, that rubs me the wrong way. But at least if it was consistent, or at least if people did the due diligence before letting people in, I feel like even that wouldn't be that bad then, right? Because then that gives you a goal for your content. Kind of like, on Twitch, people set the goal of being partner. On YouTube, they set the goal of getting monetized. Hey, I want to be big enough that eventually I can make it into a Minecraft Monday. But the problem is you're trying to hit a moving target from a runaway train. Everything's moving in every different direction, and you're not finding out until hours ahead of time what's going on, and sometimes even then, that's not consistent either. I'm just saying from like an event organization standpoint, it would drive me up the wall. I can only imagine what you're going through. It's the must-play event, and you find out hours ahead of time that you're out.
This led to a
We're going to start our own event with Blackjack, and you get the rest of
back
the
and
future
forth on Twitter between A6D and Keemstar. Keemstar kept insisting that A6D was never kicked out, while A6D kept on providing his evidence for having been kicked out. This led to anyone having strong connections with A6D deciding that they would never participate in Minecraft Monday again, including Skeppy, A6D himself, Bad Boy Halo, Shotgun Raids, Spifey, and Dream. A60 also made a highly viewed video.
But not to like 2 hours before, when everyone is already hyped about it. Like, it just ruined the whole event.
That's what I'm saying.
Moment, I got kicked out of the group and I never had any conversation in private or public with Keemstar. Everyone starts their stream except me, but I don't really know why I got the idea to sneak in since I was still whitelisted. I show up nowhere, even on the UMG team list on their stream. Then something kind of funny happens. I get a message saying, "Are you actually gonna play? I was told you were out of anything Keem related." That just made me want to start my stream and just stand up against this guy that is Keem. So I started streaming. I went back today in the UMG event VOD, and then I see in the chat something from Keem. A6D and Skeppy are teaming. I didn't know at that point because I was on stream on my side.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Like, it also doesn't look like it was an at mention, so it doesn't look like it was directed at fixing that problem.
I got up to 4K viewers at the beginning and see the message in my chat from Keem. From viewership, GG. I don't know if he actually just tried to pretend like nothing happened and just be like, "Oh, he got the viewers, I never kicked him out." But that kind of pissed me off at the moment, even if I was like hiding it on my stream. Like, he was literally two-faced. Like,
YouTuber PikaClicks, who hosts an event called Winner Takes All, decided to begin a new event.
I feel so bad for these people because you're just trying, right? You're just trying to set up your events. You're just trying to get your channel going, grow your channel, make your content, play with your friends. Like, that's the point now. And then your day becomes that, right? Like, think about that. You know, it's like you wake up in the morning, your mom or your dad tells you that you're going to the water park. You're super excited about it because you're going to the water park. But then they tell you, actually, the only way you're going to the water park is if you get all of the snakes out of the garage. And by the way, we don't really have anything to get rid of them, so you're just going to need to use a bat. And it's like your whole day is now, even if you go to the water park, you don't really want to go at that point because you're just, I don't know. Like I said, it's that kind of gets me, and I'm not really sure why.
Saturday, but the important thing to note is that its aim was to be like Minecraft Monday, but better, with staff that are actually paid and can put in a ton of time. Thing is, it would take a while for this event to begin, and there were mixed thoughts about it at the time. At the end of week 11, the winners were German streamers Basti GHD and Aqua the Cheater. However, the event would never be the same again. Week 12 was better organized, with Keemstar announcing the participants during the week. Notably, Nestorio, who was kicked out from the previous week, was now set to play. The A6D versus Keemstar drama continued, but not to the same extent as the week before. In the end, the winners were XQC and Moxie, a team that has significantly improved from their first time competing. Week 13 was different from all the other weeks, because of one person, Mr. Beast.
Hey guys, I just got off the phone with Mr. Beast, and he is making a video on Minecraft Monday today. So if you are lucky enough to be participating in today's Minecraft Monday, Mr. Beast is going to be jumping on the Discord and issuing individual challenges to some of the players to win thousands and thousands of dollars in donations. So super excited about it. Just want to let you guys know. Minecraft Monday starts in 2 hours.
How's that work? So is Mr. Beast giving everyone the same challenges? Is he giving people more difficult challenges? Again, I'm sure it's going to be found out here, but I'm just like, what? Why? Side pots complicate things. As somebody who played like a lot of poker with their friends in high school when I was younger, side pots, side bets, side challenges complicate things. As if money didn't complicate things enough, those side challenges are going to complicate things so much more. It's a simple idea. It is Minecraft. It is awesome people competing to win at Minecraft. Why do you need all this secretive stuff?
Mr. Beast announced that Technoblade would be bountied for $15,000, a greater amount of money than the actual prize pool. Whoever killed Technoblade in the last round of Hunger Games would get that money. However, if Techno won, he himself would get the money. After some intense fighting, the winners of the bounty ended up being Bajan Canadian and Jerome ASF. Oh,
That's what I'm talking about.
so, just like the last week, XQC and Moxie won the event. Little did anyone know, but that marked the last full week of Minecraft Monday. The following week was cancelled by Keemstar due to TwitchCon. Then Keemstar realized that TwitchCon was actually the next week, so the next week was cancelled too. During this time, the main developer Lake B left to pursue other things.
Come on.
With the developer, for pretty much the event's entire history now gone. The new person would have some big shoes to fill. This takes us to week 14, the week of disaster. Each team went into the first round, which was Spleef. They didn't really like the map, which was redesigned to prevent exploits that some of the competitors messed around with the previous time around. Not to mention, the ice from the floor melted, causing the game to turn into a stalemate of people hiding in water, just as no one thought anything could get worse. The same hacker from week 7 went in and banned everyone. In an ironic twist of events, James Charles noticed that the hacker showed his own IP during the stream, so the hacker ended up getting DDoSed. The participants played on Hypixel instead, which the viewers seemed to enjoy. Not that long after all this went down, Keemstar announced that Minecraft Monday would be on hiatus until November.
There's this misconception, right, that I'm making thousands of thousands, millions of dollars doing these tournaments. No, no. Bro, I'm putting in hours and hours and hours in each week. Like, people don't understand the amount of work to organize something like this is insane. So why would I do a ton of work and like not get paid basically anything? Because it's fun, because I...
That part of it, I hate to say it, but that part of it falls on Keemstar, right? As a creator and as somebody who's been a creator for as long as Keemstar, you understand the concept of monetization. You understand, and I'm giving away free advice here. All I'm saying is if you take this and apply it to your tournament, you know, just drop my name in there somewhere, you can get sponsors for the individual rounds. Why not have like Spleef sponsored by Red Bull? Why not have another round sponsored by Balls, sponsored by DX Racer, the DX Racer Hunger Games? Like, why would you not want your name attached to something like that? That is why it should be taking a lot of money, or not a lot of money, should be taking a lot of time, because Keem is making the calls to these brands that he supposedly, because if you watch his videos, you know, he's got relationships with. You figure that would be the direction of the tournament. I legit thought the tournament was going to come to an end because too many sponsors had gotten involved. I thought the event was going to sell out. I didn't think the event was going to be headed to the trash pile. And that's not even a fault of the new developer who messed things up, but like, it feels like there were a lot of missed opportunities here, especially after 1, 2, and 3 took off. If you want to put those hours in every week, that's where you got to be reaching out to brands. You got to be reaching out to partnerships. You got to be getting swag deals, giveaways for viewers. Like, there were so many missed opportunities here. Not to mention the fact that the event could and possibly should still be going on if it had been handled right from the ground up.
I like putting on a show for the community. I
think that's a quote from Shark Tank. I weep for the opportunity lost.
like that you guys love this shit. And, you know, I love it. But quite frankly, like, we've been cutting so many corners on Minecraft Monday. Like, money should be spent here and there. And same thing with Friday Fortnite. And the reason why we don't spend the money and put money into it is because we're not making anybody.
Then get sponsors, dude. I don't know. I'm just a small market radio guy. So what do I know? Right? Maybe it's a lot harder for somebody with millions and millions of followers than somebody with 10,000 followers to figure that out or to make that come through. But I'm even thinking about, all right, tell me this. You know, you get a building challenge, NordVPN. Before you throw to the thing, either you play an interstitial from NordVPN or you get somebody to do the read. The Raid Shadow Legends Hunger Games. I don't know. It just, I'm sorry. That got me, again, like Technoblade sort of getting bullied kind of got me because I've been there. The people saying that they don't have money because they won't go out and do the things that could earn them the money. I don't know why that gets me so much.
Now is I have two companies, maybe 3 companies that are fighting over taking over my tournaments and replacing UMG that are offering some crazy money. And like last Friday and today's Minecraft Monday, all could have been like way better if I had money. So I feel like it's just stupid to just keep doing these events.
It's disappointing to me when a promoter says money would fix all of the problems. especially when we were told that, you know, the money wasn't being spent on personnel apparently. So I don't know where necessarily it was going apart from maybe like the prize pool, but these streamers, like, they have sponsors. Though they, you know, these people would want to back them. People would want to, I don't know. I just, yeah, I've made my point here, and I'm making it about 80 different times over. But
shoestring budget when, like, in a couple months, I'm going to have a lot of money. I'll be able to raise my prize pools. I might actually get paid for putting all this work in to do these tournaments. So I'm thinking the return of Minecraft Monday and Friday Fortnite will be in November.
The future's so bright, I gotta wear sunglasses. Oh wait, it's not.
Organized game of Battledome to substitute for the event. They even invited Lego Maestro, a Minecraft Monday news channel, after Battledome. They went onto the Hypixel server and essentially had a repeat of the previous week. Ever since all this went down, people have been pretty much silent about Minecraft Monday. Lego Maestro continues the tradition of Minecraft Monday Hypixel with big YouTubers, although all the actual Minecraft Monday players have pretty much just stopped doing it at this point. A couple weeks ago, the spotlight was taken by Minecraft Saturday. That event I talked a little about earlier. It had a lot of the same participants as Minecraft Monday. Not only that, but another event called Minecraft Championship has also appeared. Stay tuned for news on that. And that event also attracts a lot of the same people. Needless to say, the golden days of Minecraft Monday are over. Keemstar was recently asked when the event is coming back, and he responded by stating that he wants more people to ask for it back. Although
that's not, again, typically in the world of sales and sponsorships, the reason you say that is so that you can take this number, say 25,000, and you go to people with money, people with products that want to get in touch with those 25,000 people, and you suggest, look, you know, one person who's going to be so committed to this idea to retweet, for every one of those, there's 10 that are going to show up, but that just maybe didn't retweet, that maybe they don't have Twitter, maybe they don't use it actively. So I've got a subscribe base of X. What do you want to do? And then he doesn't. It's weird because it's like he just wants people to be talking about him, but then he doesn't want to do the legwork to actually make himself money. I don't know. It's so weird to me.
Many people were hopeful.
I'm sorry. I've talked about this a lot. You're probably sick of it at this point if you are still watching. I hope I haven't driven you away yet. But it's so... Again, I've watched a lot of Keemstar, and I did not know going into it that it was going to be handled in such a fashion. It's showing me like a side of him that I've not seen before, and it's just confusing. And I know, it's like if it ever got back to him, if he ever saw it, he'd be like, oh, you know, guy who lives out in the middle of nowhere, if it's so easy to do all these deals, why don't you do them? And it's like, well, I don't know, but I've also never been in that opportunity. I've never had, you know, millions of people in my hands and been like, look, got millions of people here. Does anybody want to give me money for them? And just come up with nothing. With nothing. Not even like, you know, not even the people that, you know, send the most basic subscribers, emails for sponsorships. Just nothing.
That Minecraft Monday would return this month. It appears that it won't be returning anytime soon. Now, the community's attention is fixated on other events.
And I guess before we get into Minecraft Championship, maybe there were sponsors, maybe there were different things going on there, but it was not presented in that fashion. Certainly not for the amount of turnout that the tournament got. Because I think YoBGS was a part of it, but there was all that sort of... I'm amazed. I didn't see it when I saw the event list publish it. There were no sponsors attached to the event list. There's things like that.
Are better organized and aren't associated with controversial hosts. Technically, it is possible for the event to return, but only if everyone bands together for the cause. Even then, would the event ever be the same? No trend can last forever. Each trend on the internet must at some point come to an end. It was only a matter of time before we saw the end of Minecraft Monday. Without Minecraft Monday, the internet would certainly be different. Some channels wouldn't have seen massive subscriber growth. A big meme wouldn't have existed. Minecraft tournaments today, as we know them, wouldn't exist. Even more than that. Without such big names coming together under the same Minecraft event, Minecraft wouldn't have ever seen as big a resurgence of popularity as we saw happen. So what do you think? Should Minecraft Monday return? Let me know down in the comments. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you'd like to see more documentaries like this, be sure to subscribe. If you hated it, don't forget to leave a dislike. Please follow me on Twitter at Zyphon.
Don't forget to help me in the algorithm.
Also,
You gotta
please
like
join my
that.
Discord.
That's very, very cool there.
Besides all that, be sure to check out some of my other videos. You can click on the video to the left to see a documentary about ZexyZek, a Minecraft YouTuber who was popular years ago. You can also click on the video to the right for a documentary about the day Minecraft trolling almost died. Anyways, that's it. See ya.
Alright. So I just saw that this video crossed like the hour mark or is somewhere in that vicinity. And I know there was a lot I said. And it kind of got repetitive in a couple points. So hopefully you can forgive me for that. But what a ride. I'm understanding why you wanted me to react to it because there's a million different moving pieces to it. I don't know. I guess it's something that as I get into the Minecraft community at this point in my life, in my streaming career, in my YouTube career, things like that, it's something I wish was still around. The Minecraft Championships are around and they seem really cool as well. But I'm hoping that they have sort of some of the frequency the championship had. I think it could be really cool. I think it's something that would be absolutely, worthwhile if it could come back. But in the meantime, it's like you just have to look at it and you have to wonder what lessons were learned from it. Were any lessons learned from it? Comment down below if you have a little bit more perspective. I know Zyphon touched on a lot of that stuff. And again, if Zyphon, did that for a school project, Zyphon better got 175 on it because it was amazing. Subscribe if you want to join the good times, if you want to hang out here a little bit more. That was a blast. That was a video and a half. That was an emotional roller coaster, my friends. And I think I'm going to get a little rest, but I will see you for the salty run back. Take care, everybody.